I've always been an advocate of staying away from auto ISO, but I must confess, I use it on a regular basis. It's true. In my past videos, you've heard me say
Auto ISO isn't the way to go, which it's never the way to go. Why the heck did they still make Auto ISO?
and I'm here now to contradict myself. But you know what? That's the beauty of being a filmmaker. The more that we learn and the more that we think outside of the box, the more that we can utilize the tools that we have at our disposal. So I still stand by that statement to a degree. I still think that there are certain people that need to stay away from auto ISO. And there are certain scenarios too where auto ISO just doesn't make sense. For example, this scenario right here, where you're either doing an interview or talking to a camera. You've got a controlled light source and you can really dial in your shot. But there is one scenario in which I use auto ISO, and that's when I'm running gun shooting. From everything from client work to vlogging, auto ISO has actually been a useful tool for me. When there are a lot of moving pieces, putting your ISO to auto can actually be very beneficial. But there is a right way to use it, where it's not going to underexpose or overexpose your image. And that is by limiting the parameters in which the ISO will fluctuate. In other words, it's setting a limit to the auto ISO so it won't go past a certain number. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I do this on my Sony a6300. This will work with any Sony camera, and most likely with any new camera that has been made the past 3 or 4 years. So you're going to go into your menu, you're going to find where your ISO is, select that, and as you can see, I've already set it to auto, so you find where in your camera it goes to auto, and then I'm just going to hit this next button here, this right button. And that's where you can set the parameters to limit your auto ISO. And so with this picture profile that I've built, if you haven't seen my custom build picture profile video, you can check the link in the description down below. But with this picture profile, I can only go down to as low as 200. So now I know that it won't go past 200 as far as underexposure. My limit for the high exposure is 1600, so it won't go past 1600 ISO whenever it's in auto. So I know whether I'm outdoors, I'm indoors, those are the parameters that it's going to be. And I can trust that it won't go lower than 200, well, one, because it can't go lower than 200, and it won't go higher than 1600, especially in the indoor scenarios. Now, when I'm outdoors, I do use an ND filter, but it helps enhance that exposure. It's like I said, a lot of my recent work, including my vlogs and some recent client work, has been using auto ISO. These clips that you're seeing right now have been beautifully exposed, and the key is to set the limit to your auto ISO so it doesn't go past a certain number. And another thing as well, even though you're using this feature, I'd still recommend when you're shooting outdoors to use an ND filter because it helps enhance that exposure to the next level. And so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. Be sure to subscribe. I'm actually 5 subscribers away from 100 subscribers, which is super awesome. And be sure to hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I post more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Peace.